This is Christopher Howery with Notaris. I will be going over how to set up your MDVR with a wireless modem. Here I have my power supply. This is 12 volt DC. I have my VRB. I have my MDVR. I have my wireless modem. I have my monitor. Behind I have my cable. This one goes between my VRB and my MDVR. I have my power cable for my MDVR. I have this splitter here, which is used to connect to this power cable and this modem. I have the GPS puck, and I have my monitor connection. So the first thing, other miscellaneous parts I have include the remote and my two antennas. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to attach my antennas to my modem. These antennas just screw on this modem. There are two copper attachments that they screw to. Once screwed on, I just like to put them up like that. I can now turn this end this way because these other connections back here are going to be what connects to everything over here. Now that I've done that, I'm going to start setting up my MDVR. So I'm going to plug in my monitor connection first. Then I'm going to take my power cable and connect it here. I'm also going to grab this cable and connect it here. These cables get secured down by screwing this silver ring down onto the threads here. I'm going to take this joint here. Notice that it is notched, so it will only go in one way. It's notched, so it'll only go in one way. You line that notch up, slide it in, twist down to lock. And you can see that's a nice secure connection. Next, I'm going to take my power cable and my little jumper here. This will connect to the back of my modem like this. I'll also, in the meantime, so I'm done with the modem, take my Cat5 cable and plug it into the back of the modem as well, in that yellow jack that's located right here. With that done, I will take this other barrel plug, I'll plug it in here. So now both of these units are connected to this single barrel plug. And I'll take my Cat5 cable and plug it into this RJ45 connection. Now that that's all said and done, I'll take my 12 volt DC power, plug that in here. It's smart to double check your power, so I'm just going to grab my multimeter real quick. Change it over to 12 volts and just get a quick reading. As you can see, I'm at about 13 volts, which is where this needs to be. So I'll turn that back off, and I'll go ahead and plug all this in. The wireless modem will start its boot up sequence, and so will the MDVR. Alright, After a few minutes, all these lights will turn on. You should have video on your monitor. Currently, I have my record function on. The first thing that we're going to want to do is we're going to take our remote and we're going to verify that we have a connection. To do that, we'll click Info button on the remote, which is this top left-hand blue button. And we're going to see all of this pop up. What we're looking for is Wi-Fi modem. Currently it says there's nothing on there, so we're going to go ahead and troubleshoot. First thing we're going to do to troubleshoot is we're going to check these cable back here, and we're going to look at our lights. I have a green light over here, but my burgundy light is off. Over here I have a burgundy light and a green light, which means that there's a link between these two, but for some reason they're not communicating. So I'm going to log in. I'm going to go to General Network, and I just want to verify all this information here. All this information looks good. Go ahead and pause it. Alright, I'm going to, now that I've updated the settings and double check to make sure that they are correct, I'm going to try again and just verify. You can see now my link is successful. Sometimes you just have to resave the settings in order for it to work. If you keep having trouble with this cable back here, another option is to get an additional Cat5 cable and plug it in and make sure that you have the two lights on. Next, I'm going to verify that I have my hard drive and SD card in here by clicking next and checking to make sure that I have all this information here. I should have main is my hard drive and my backup would be my SD card. Now that all that's correct, you should be ready to access this via the internet. The last thing you want to check is just make sure that your VRB works with this system. So I'm going to take my Siamese cable and plug it into my VRB, and I'm going to grab the other end of this cable and plug my VRB into it. Now, your VRB should get power from your MDVR. Just double check, make sure you have around 11 volts here. Go ahead and click the power button. All of this stuff should turn on. You'll see the pair light flash for a quick second, and your monitor screen should become colorful like this. If that is successful, go ahead and pair your VRB, and you're good to go.